That was the 100% mountain cabbage, my man.
Yeah.
That was
That was bushweed.
Dude,
Yeah.
the guy that gave it to me had an AK-47 in his back boots, and he was like, "Hey, has a gift," and it was
Bro,
like a bag.
if a
like
dude is
this.
handing out weed with an AK-47, he means business, man. He's not fucking.
I still say to him, he's like this chill dog, dude. I still said to him, I was like, "Is that an AK-47 in the back of your car?" He's like, "No. I used to be. I used to be."
see anything.
He's like, No. I used to be high in saps, so I would never have an AK-47 in my boot. I was like, what?
What a gangster. What a gangster. And I also wouldn't be carrying this giant jar of weed for anybody.
When Warren first showed it to me, I was like, that Dow Egberts is very off.
Yeah, because in a
moldy.
Egberts,
Yeah,
because it looked even sketchy. It came in like a vacuum sealed pack, and I was like, okay,
Freshly loaded for export.
yeah, jeez, like it. I was like, what do you do for a living? No, I just
Lots.
I have a farm, and the government wants me to put these buffalo on this farm.
I'm in tech.
Sure.
Tech, big tech, hey, bro.
I'm in tech.
I mean, big tech. What's happening, lads? Ooh, lots happening, actually, eh?
A lot is happening.
A lot is happening.
We haven't had an MMA show in
We haven't. Well,
years.
we were stood up, so anyway.
Boy, Alan.
Boyd, sure, thanks, buddy. Yeah, dude, EFC is back. EFC is back at long last.
Do we know where it's going to be held?
So, from what I understand, obviously, first prize is, pull up the little promo there, is the PI. There is a complication from what I understand. So, yeah, they're not actually sure,
I'm
but I
hearing
think
John Barrable Hall or like
John Barrable, eh?
Walton
Upton
Wrestling
Club. There we go.
Walter Sisulu Hall in Ramburg.
Yes, bro. That place was legit back in the day.
Dude, I
eh?
fought there. I was like, I remember like, but it was first when they were still trying to figure out like what will stop brain damage, and they're like, okay, guys,
Knees to
these
the face.
guys have been fighting a while. Okay, you don't need a scrum cap. Okay, you guys debut. Okay, you need a scrum cap, but here's 4-ounce gloves, no shin guards, 5-minute rounds. Let's go. And you're like, okay. He's like, on a grounded opponent, just no elbows to the head, but everything else goes. And I was like, okay.
And we'll figure out the rest as we go. But yeah, man, it's exciting. I
It
mean,
is
we
exciting.
and if there's people that were listening here and went to like the fighter, the second series, you'll know. Elbow.
There's a lot of dosing in this video, huh?
I was watching
No, they actually made me a little bit more uncomfortable about
Brave
it now.
Brave last night, and there was a lot of people throwing spinning elbows. It's just
Is
like
it?
a thing now at Brave. I think Mzwandiles, they were like, yeah, cool, we're all gonna do this.
There's a lot of knees from people getting off the ground at the moment as well.
Bro, what is happening, my man? What is happening? Yeah, I actually spoke to Eric Anders yesterday. We were talking about that.
Do you think this picture is a
Strange scenario,
Do you think
dude.
this picture is like
A clue.
trying
Of
to
course
show
it's
us
a
who's
clue.
on the card, eh?
So obviously, I mean, we were just talking about this before we started. Obviously, if you're the EFC, your play here is to bring as much star power as possible, whatever's
Yeah.
available, whoever's available, bring them back. I mean, we can see pictures of Boyd Allen, Martin van Staden.
Jeremy Smith, Leon Maynard.
I don't know about
I don't
Jeremy
think-
Smith,
I don't
boy. I
think
think
Jeremy-
that's there because of Martin van Staden.
Do the Brave guys have exclusivity on their contract with Brave, or can some of those guys compete in EFC?
I'm not too sure. I think they would mostly be exclusive though.
Yeah.
I'm sure. But most of our guys from Brave are lined up though.
Yeah.
They've got fights lined up.
100%.
I just saw now it looked like Mzwandile is injured and he's out of his fight from what I understand.
When was he going to fight? Next week? Or the following week?
April.
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 Okay. Then we've got Steve in April. We've got Chatty
Yeah.
next
So
weekend, right?
We've had Cameron last night. Bit of a weird one. I think he took like a hard elbow to the temple and just
I saw that. I
yeah,
saw
it
that.
was a bit of a weird one. It was like very short, but it looked like he was saying like it was straight into the temple. In course, he had a great fight. that dude who he was fighting looked like somebody's accountant. Dude was fucking no monkey on the ground, dude. Jesus. He was throwing up crazy submissions off his back. His guard was ridiculous. We might actually see some highlights here, Rourke. There, you went past it, go up. I think this is just the finish on the left. I think Brave are pretty chilled about us watching this as well.
Boom.
Right in front of us, almost rose him off the ground.
Oh, yeah, one slipped through.
Good plum there, hey? Strong plum, good knees. Bro, so this obviously doesn't tell the story because this is the second round. So in course he like pretty much dropped him. He landed a heavy cross. And then when it went to the ground, it was the dude's guard was legit. Tried to go for a little leg lock as well. So he did well. Of course he did well. You know, it's you always want to see what he's gonna do with a guy with like some high level jiu-jitsu. You know?
Yeah.
I think he kind of passed that test. So
he's 3-0 in Brave now, right?
yeah, man, and he's flying.
It's a pretty decent record to
He's
have.
flying. So that was cool. Yeah, then we got Chaddy, Steve.
Where was Cameron Monkey's fighting at? Or what camp is he in at the moment?
I think it's called Allegiance Academy because I know he broke away and he started like I think it's like his own gym maybe. I'm not too sure. One of those guys who just like doesn't care
Yeah.
to talk to us. But yeah, there's some big fights to be lined up here at EFC, man. There's some I don't know because Timber posted a thing saying that,
It's done and dusted.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
but he's obviously quite prolific in their marketing. But I think if you're
Can
Timber,
we go
you're
back to Graham's little post of like what the names he had on that?
I think we can try, but I think it was on his stories though.
Surely the internet screenshotted it somewhere.
I think
I'm sure
there
it is.
yeah.
Conrad. Aniset. We know.
Without being funny, I don't know what weight class Conrad is going to be fighting at. You would,
Yeah, without being ugly. I mean, like,
yeah, I'm not trying to be funny at all. I would guess it's not going to be at welterweight.
no. And I think middle will be a push. We know Aniset's fighting. Amisi Kabea.
Ooh, 4 faces.
Four face, bro. I love that dude.
Luke Michael. Has anyone heard if he's definitely fighting?
No, I don't know who he would be fighting
Conrad did.
at middleweight. This is again because I saw Graham hinting at Luke Michael fighting at middleweight, but I'm like, wow, this guy's a
But is it-
lightweight.
Aren't they trying to do a tournament or something? They were trying to do like some tournament for.
Wow, how did that work out the last time?
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
As
I
a
get it.
promoter, if you're ever going to put a tournament on, you need guys with a long track record of always showing up.
I think there was a bit of a blocky there, boy.
Yo.
I think there was a bit of a blocky there. You see now? Thanks, boy.
That's interesting. Some oaks are super sensitive.
It's happening a lot these days, bro. It's happening a lot
Some oaks are
these days.
super sensitive.
I'm starting to
bro.
think maybe I'm saying a little bit too much. Anyway,
All I'm saying is that
Luke, come on, buddy. Hit the follow button. Don't be scared. Stefan
yes.
Pretorius. I like that. I love Stefan Pretorius, man. I dig that dude. He's
Got
got some
MEC
good
Kabea
skills.
down here as a contender. To what?
Bit of a push. I thought they stood for captain, maybe. Contender's a bit of a push.
He
Captain.
won walkout of the year in 2018.
That doesn't mean you're
what's
a
his
contender.
record?
boy.
Though? I mean, what's his record?
1-0 on walkouts.
But I mean, like
His record's not bad, I don't think. Eh?
2 wins in a row, and you do start getting pushed into the contendership
yeah.
status.
Yeah,
in the UFC,
shallow.
I mean,
The nice thing about Amisi is that he's a good character. You know what I mean? And you need those characters. So
yeah.
He's won 3-0.
Oh,
Maybe they
okay,
don't mean
definitely not a
contender.
contender.
yeah,
Maybe it was like C for cut.
Oh,
just pronounce that. What did you say? Did you say cut?
Yeah.
C-U-T because it sounded like something else. From what I did.
yeah.
Yeah, listen,
Yeah.
I don't,
contender.
I don't want 4 faces pitching up here. man.
You've won
Especially
1 out of
as the
4. I
Masters
don't know
on it.
about that. C is definitely going to stand for captain, not contender.
He had
Please
a hard.
now.
I mean, he had a hard run. It's not like he
Yeah,
fought
yeah.
tin cans.
Yeah, but I mean, you want to.
David Marcel and Steven De La Rey aren't easy fights.
Donnie Swart was his debut, I think, that he won.
No,
That was his second.
Devin was
Was
his
it?
debut.
Okay.
Sylvester Chupumbo, he's always good to watch.
So here's where we're going to start to ask the questions. Faiz Jacobs, who is he going to be fighting?
I
This is
think
wh-
Sylvester.
It has to be,
Yeah.
right? Because Devin was the next contender, but Devin's, well, he was signed to Aries, but I don't think Aries exists anymore. I'm not sure if it does.
I'm sure they'll come back at some stage. Although Aries Postigal just got permission to go fight at Octagon, right?
Yeah.
So-
She's fighting Connie. Well,
Connie
she was
pulled
going to
out
fight. Yeah,
job.
she got COVID.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it kind of has to be Sylvester. That one's for free, guys.
Hey, do you check who else is on this list?
Zulu Boy.
It's interesting. So when I saw Zulu Boy's name, immediately what came to mind is like, how much has he been training? You know what I mean? Has he been training? Where has he been training? Because from the last bit we saw from him, it looked like he was done.
Go on Zulu Boy's Instagram.
Yeah, I don't think he's
Not super active, but sometimes he posts his things. The last time I saw Zulu Boy was when he was training with us at Apex, right?
Yeah.
And then he fought Faiz.
Oh, there. Okay, so he's been doing some karate in a jiu-jitsu gi.
Wearing a brown belt. It's so many
Grading.
confusing messages that I'm getting there.
Kyokushin for
Yeah.
life.
What is that?
Kyokushin for life.
Kyokushin. Surely he should be a black belt by now? Or is it just
How
like,
long does that
this
take?
dude-
Like 5 months?
my eyes are hurting?
If Samo kicks a knock to the face and rearranges his nose into the back of his skull, he automatically gets the black belt.
Yeah, surely they should be like, here's,
Actually, when he walks into them, you chuck it at him and ask him to rather just not come back.
yeah, you get all the black belts. That's interesting.
Oh, you got a brown belt. Okay. Well done.
Or maybe it's just a different, because it's Kyokushin. Maybe he's got a black belt in like more traditional style karate or something. Okay, cool. That's interesting.
Yeah, look, I don't think any of those posts are super recent. I remember this post from long ago.
Like my thing is like, if you're a Zulu boy, you should be working on the wrestling and the grappling.
Which is what he was doing in the preparation for that Faiz fight, right?
Yeah, but you also can't just be preparing in camp. You got to be,
Agreed.
you got to be, you know.
But who knows?
Okay,
He's
let's
not
go
very-
back to
he's
that
not
list.
Very active on social media, so he might have been putting.
See, this was he started his own little business. That was the last.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Zulu boy. It'll be good to see him back though.
Okay, so who else we got on this list?
Okay, so we've decided that.
Wesley Hawkey as
Wesley
well.
is very keen to fight again.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just getting tattooed everywhere. at
Who's
the
he
moment.
fighting? Who on this list would you like him to?
I know someone was calling for Cole to fight.
Cole Henning.
Yeah, to fight Wesley.
Woohoo. First team all violence, eh? That's a great fight. The thing is, again, when someone's like on the sidelines for a little while, you don't know what sort of weight class are they coming back, or are they going up, or are they going down? What's going down?
Look,
So-
Wes doesn't look as small as he used to look. So, I don't see featherweight Wesley Hawkey coming back anytime soon.
Rikishi?
what is the
Chilombo.
you see, boy, you've got CONT and then you've got C. So I don't think C stands for contender. Cut. I don't know about cut, my man. You can't be cutting right
You're not
now.
writing down the name of people being cut.
Why did you breeze past Boyd Allen, who was supposed to be here today?
I wasn't breezing past him. He was next on the list. Okay,
Were
so
you?
who are the potential matchups from this list?
For Boyd.
No, for everybody.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out. Brendan Lazar's in there, Martin van Staden.
Boyd Allen versus Brendan
So
Lazar.
automatically, obviously Martin was quite keen on the Timber Grimbo fight for some time. If you want to talk about star power, that's a huge fight. That's a huge fight. Sindile, Rudy Roots, Ige Cabeza. That's a big fight.
Yeah, I think that's your
Cole
title
Henning,
fight, eh?
Cole Henning versus Wesley Hawkey. That's a big fight. Zulu Boy, I don't know where he fits in. Again, I don't know what sort of weight class.
Asiashu.
Round 2 versus
Asiashu versus Zulu Boy.
Ooh, first team all violence as well.
or Zulu Boy versus Chip Fumbu 2.
Nobody wants to see that. Well, actually, mind you, I wouldn't mind seeing that again. To be honest,
This
very
time,
different fighters now.
This time everyone gets to wear those.
Well, I
face masks.
think in reality, Sylvester gets a title shot, right?
Surely,
I mean, he obliterated Fafa. Obliterated. I know that the end result is Fafa wins, but he obliterated him. Fafa wasn't even in that fight until until Sylvester got DQ'd.
I'm a little bit upset. Fafa Duama's not on Graham's list there, bro.
Fafa's
I
training.
think Rourke's also upset that Fafa is not on Graham's list.
Fafa is training at Mad fit.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that. I think I saw something like that. And his other teammate Faiz is. Where's Faiz
Yeah,
now?
he's moved.
Is he not
so
a team camp or whatever? What's that?
No,
No.
not camp. He's at. I want to.
Enzo Gracie? No.
Go on to his Instagram and see. Is it not that Fight for Fit Cape Town or something like that?
All I know
No,
is
he has moved.
there was a little bit of an exodus from
Exodus.
that Fighters Inc. camp.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I feel so sorry for this dude, bro. Grinds his way to a title and then the whole world falls apart.
world falls apart. Yeah, exactly.
And you sit on the sideline waiting.
Top gym, Eddie Lalo.
Yeah, top gym. Yeah. That's the one.
He's with Eddie Lalo. Jadison Costa black belt, right?
Yeah. Nice fit, bro.
Yeah, I mean they're both from similar backgrounds, right?
Yeah. Good fit. And
But
look,
who's he doing his striking with?
well,
You'd
it's
assume
there's a bit
Eddie
of
as well.
striking happening there. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting times.
Yeah, look, dude. I think if you're Faiz, no matter what's coming your way, it's a tough assignment. You know what I mean? Like, I saw there was. I think Graham was talking about the Mart coming back, trying to see the Mart versus your dude. Imagine being Faiz and like, cool, we've managed to get the Mart back. Okay,
Oh, there's ever going to be a time to fight the Mart
Yeah.
to be after a 4-year
coming
suspension,
off 4
right?
years, yeah, I guess. Yeah, man. So some exciting times there. I think there's obviously on that list. There's a couple of question marks as to who fights who, but I think you can pretty see there's a pretty obvious matchups there. But
There's not a lot of
exciting.
middleweights there, considering they were talking about a middleweight.
Well, you got Gideon Drotsky, who's like the most wanted man in EFC history.
Yeah.
So do Gideon, Brendan,
Lazar, yeah.
they're talking about
Surely Conrad versus Luke
our boy
Michael.
Luke going in there.
Surely Luke Michael versus Conrad has to happen now.
Do you risk it though? Do you risk like putting that match together and then something happening again?
We keep everybody away from the saunas, and we just make it happen. They got to go into quarantine. They got to stay in their
You
room.
have to go do your
This is
bloods well in advance.
Yeah.
This is South Africa's Khabib versus Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Tony got a fight the other day. Who's he fighting?
He's fighting Benil Dariush.
Oh yes,
That's a cracker,
Islam
bro.
was asking for it, and
Yeah.
they never got it.
I think if Dariush.
And
beats
then
him, I
Islam
think
said he
that's-
wants to fight RDA, and RDA said he would only fight if he could get Khabib afterwards. But that's never going to happen. Khabib's
Like when you say,
fight.
"Hey, RDA, hey," you
we don't
stop
want we don't want to watch that
it. You
again.
stop it immediately. I always love that. I'm like, yeah, I got fucking mollywop, but I deserve the rematch. Do you? Do you really? That's the thing with RDA. I think that's always been his downfall. He's always got like once a year he's got something fucking stupid to say. You're just like, why are you saying that, bro?
Dude, he was like a week away from the biggest payday of his life. He was like a week away and then broke his foot.
Red panties, boy.
Yo, imagine like you're on the verge of finally getting that big payday and you're going to break your foot.
But also, like, why are you kicking people like that close to that kind of a fight? I think, to be honest with you, I think at that time, that's what made Conor so good, bro. Like, he had guys so frazzled that they would, like, 5 days out, they would still be training their fucking auntie off, dude. You know what I mean? They're just like, they're just dreaming about beating the snot out of this oak.
I think like a lot of people have written Conor off like he's a has-been or whatever.
Was that Fafa Dwama's record?
Yeah.
4 wins.
Over Ashiashu Chitamba Tembe.
How did he beat
and
Asiashu Chitamba, bro?
Decision.
I don't remember
unanimous.
that. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
Just going back to the Conor thing, like Conor, I honestly thought Conor beat Dustin in the first round of that fight.
Yeah. For
Like,
sure.
I think he's still like super dangerous, and like even if they do the Poirier rematch again, like the trilogy fight, I don't think that's an easy fight to take at all.
We've also got to bear in mind that you did say that you did predict Conor was going to win within like the first minute against Poirier, so we know what you're trying to do here. You're trying to justify your bullshit. No, but it is fair, bro. Like,
Hey, you wobbled him in that first round.
no. And Dustin even said, he's like, he rocked him. He's like, if he landed a follow-up shot, like, he was in big trouble.
Yeah.
He was in big trouble. And then, like, everyone was like, oh, surely he should be able to defend a calf kick by now. I'm like, well, if it was that simple, buddy.
Yeah, dude.
If it was that simple.
Your calf kicks made a big comeback.
Joe, I'm excited, man. I
That's
just
the
hope.
next couple of sparring sessions, everyone was limping.
Have you seen that? Oh,
Can I tell you someone who's better at throwing calf kicks than Dustin is Don. My calf knows all about it. Jeez, like it.
dude, when I see guys.
Fabian wears double shin pads when he spars. 2 on this
Yeah,
front leg.
Don took Fabian out of action for a while with calf kicks.
But even
And
now, he
then
wears
like
2
Fabian's
shin
like,
pads.
hey, you go take those calf kicks. I was like,
I've seen like Don drilling that, and I've seen Drickus drilling that kick, bro, like on a kick
you
pad.
seen how Don like he almost throws it like Dutch style, where he like
Yeah.
he comes up and then comes down at like a 45-degree angle onto the calf. Motherfucker.
I've like obviously on a kick pad where you're like drilling it, you're taking the time and like really exaggerating. But I've often like just drifted off into no man's land and just imagine what that must feel like. Because like if you roll with Don, like his shins feel like cinder blocks. If you're trying to like pass his guard like around his legs, it feels
Well,
like you're
let's see if we
dealing.
can find
Feels
a
like you're
video
pressing
of him.
against cinder blocks.
Yeah.
Imagine, and it's like this, bro. His shins like this. It's like square.
Have you seen what the shin conditioning they do? Oaks did it like 2 weeks ago. They're still suffering.
But poor Ray's legs are bleeding all over the place all the time.
Oh my gosh, that freaks me out, bro. Like checking a kick and then your shin starts bleeding.
No, they did shin conditioning when they were like rolling their shins out and hitting their shins with like a steel mace type of thing.
Amazing. I'm
And
gonna try that
all-
immediately.
All those O's that were doing it, it's just like complete, like their shins are completely raw. So every time we roll, like everyone's like shins are opening up. You know, so it's like not even like you don't even ask who's bleeding. You just know that it's one of those Oaks that are bleeding right now.
Everybody who isn't bleeding is gonna be the question.
Yeah. I was like, Oaks, rather you than me. Seriously.
Fucking hell. Oh, dude. What to do with your mask? What the fuck? Fold mask up very small.
John Fitch.
Shove it up your ass. Nice.
Jeez,
Surely we're so close to now not fucking wearing masks. Surely.
Oh, please, dude, I hate masks.
Come
Oh
on,
my
man.
goodness.
Most times it's around people's necks.
I told
Let's
you
be-
those mats are dirty.
Where is that? Ruka.
It's not dirty. Look how clean that dog looks.
That dog is on the mat.
How'd they get it so clean?
Yeah, dude. So, EFC, exciting times. Glad they're back. I just hope everything holds together until then in this crazy
Okay, how
corona
about this?
time.
Put together your dream main card from these. From
You know what I'm
this
very disappointed about is I'm not seeing Soldier Boy's name in there. Because Soldier Boy Lazar is still there to be sold.
Sure.
the
I don't know, dude.
the
I
sequel.
think
If he gets sparked, it's
Hold
done.
on,
No
didn't
rematch.
Brendan
I
Lazar
just-
sign to Aries?
He did.
and he's back.
Aries is, I don't know, bro. I don't know what's happening. Is
Honestly, like it's evident that Gareth can make a living outside of fighting.
yeah,
Right?
fair enough.
And
It's a great
when you've
point.
had a track record of his last 5 or 6 fights, I think he's 1-5 in his last 6, if I'm not mistaken. It might be 1-4, 1-5. I'm not sure. Like
If only we had someone that could show us.
it's it doesn't make sense to keep hammering away. You've done everything you can do. You know,
Sure.
like you pioneered being successful in the UFC in terms of getting a win.
Sure.
Fighting out of South Africa, you dominated the South African scene for a very long time. Like there's not much more for him to prove. So him coming back, that doesn't prove anything. Even if he beats Lazar, it doesn't change his legacy. You know, like I think he's still at the same status as what he does if he doesn't fight Lazar, and then doesn't have to go through the potential damage that might come with it.
Yeah. So what's that? 1 in 6.
Yeah, he's 1-5 in his last 6. His last win was Bubba Bush in the UFC.
You got
Yo, Paulo Costa was a tough one.
Yo.
Razor, my man. That fight, I still remember watching that weigh and I was like, I think Gareth should move to welterweight.
Yeah, but then you realize how big
Yeah, you realize
Paulo Costa is, and you're like, how does that like make middleweight,
Yeah.
dude?
Strange, dude.
Yeah.
He's also now sick, but
Yeah.
still training. I'm like, okay, Paul.
Probably did a blood test and was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
your starter's not going to like this one.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
carry on going.
It's like, we seem to have made a mistake. Sorry. Yeah, I'm very sick. Can't make it. Sorry, guys. But there is, you were also saying there is a bit of like a uptake in corona cases. And
Yeah,
stuff
I think the
as well
death
now.
rate went pretty high. I saw like a lot of guys like making statements about it, and
Interesting.
might just be like one of those things, you know?
Oh, I just saw Drickus there. So Drickus is cleared now. He's good to go. He says he's got his visa. He's ready to go.
So if he
exciting.
gets on a plane now, we make it there by
I hope he SMS'd the winning formula to Don, so Don can get a fucking visa, dude.
Yeah, dude. Please, Drickus, send a message. Please.
Hit our boy up.
So, did you notice on Graham's list, Timber's name is not on there? I didn't see it. Or am I missing something?
Yeah, no, it's not on there. But remember, this list came out after
Yeah, fair
Timber gave him a tongue lashing on social media.
Fair enough. Okay, well, I'm sure we'll...
So saying EFC 2.0, I wonder what's going to be different about this next phase on the EFC's.
So I think Graham kind of hinted in one of the posts. I think what they're trying to do is just actually that one with the list. Just open it again. Sorry, they're changing the way. What does it say so far? Sorry, bro, my eyes are
far,
dead.
These are the incredible athletes who will be making 2021 the most insane year of MMA. So many others are on my hit list. They will be. I mean, Rourke's got his.
Sorry.
Partners in growing this brand into $1 billion business. Let's grow African MMA. Fights are coming. Big news is coming.
So they were kind of saying that like, even what Graham was saying, it's the whole structure is going to be different. So they're gonna be giving almost, I think, like equity to some of the fighters. I think that's what he means by those guys.
Yeah.
As like a payment structure, and then they can do what they want with it. They can sell it off if they want. They can keep it. Obviously, in hopes that the business grows and the shares become worth more as they go. But they were also kind of hinting at a different way in which the fights will be happening. And then they were like, Graham was like playing around with like PFL and maybe like a season. That's how the guys. Maybe that's an option for them, but nothing clear cut.
I think what's clear though, like in successful promotions outside the UFC, is that every promotion that's brought their own take on MMA they haven't got to UFC status, but they've risen as a prominent promotion in world MMA. The guys that have always tried to replicate
Be more
the
traditional,
UFC have struggled to get a foothold in the MMA community. Like I love ONE FC. Because you can watch some like Muay Thai, you can watch, sometimes they have a grappling bout on there, there's kickboxing, there's MMA, and for people that like a wide spectrum of martial arts, it's super awesome to watch ONE FC. Then guys like to go and watch PFL because it's tournament based, everyone's like gets behind their guy in the tournament and there's $1 million to win, and everyone's got their own like nuance to it. And then Bellator, for all intents and purposes, is like the new Pride and Strike Force of MMA. So they like doing these big matches, getting guys in with very little experience but have big names. Like they're not scared of doing that type of stuff.
I'd like to see the Bellator approach in terms of let's say we've got a 8-fight card, and 4 of those fights is like a middleweight tournament.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. And then the other 4 of the fights are just normal like weight
Yeah.
division fights. I dig that, dude. I think it's so cool. It can get a bit confusing when the champion is involved in the tournament. Like that confuses
I think
me.
that's pretty cool though, because
It is cool, but it's confusing.
Because in the draw, like you might be the lucky guy that gets the first crack at becoming the champion.
Yeah.
Like you could win the championship without winning the tournament.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's crazy.
I love that.
So you could like fight the champion in the first round, win, take the belt, then lose the next round, and the belt just like keeps moving.
Yeah, and then the tournament winner eventually gets it. I think it's awesome.
But I think, to be honest, for like where South African MMA is right now, something like that would be cool. It's different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think you're right. Like I think the EFC spent so much time trying to replicate the UFC and try and like get this attention of the international market by trying to be as much as the UFC as possible, and then starting to bring in all of these international athletes, which didn't really pay off. Like I think it paid off at the time, and in terms of like getting the brand out there across Europe and stuff, it really helped.
Yeah.
But I don't think it helped them, and it certainly didn't help the scene here. You know what I mean? Like, it was cool because people were invested in this whole like SA versus the UK kind of thing, or SA versus the rest of the world. Like, that was cool for the time.
Yeah.
But financially, that is what caused a lot of problems. You know, and so I think something fresh, like a tournament style, like Bellator does, I think that would bring a lot of excitement. But like what we were saying before we started, is what's massively, massively important now is to come back with a bang, with as much star power available. Put that on show, put that on display. It's going to get the fans going. It's going to show potential sponsors that you are serious and we're here, and we this whole fresh new show, and get behind it now, which is going to obviously keep things moving forward. So yeah, man, it's
I'm excited. Do you think we're going to be able to squeeze in a little media pass there?
Well, I hope so, boy. I hope so. But you never know. You know, we've got to think about things that we've said in the past. Maybe we're going to get chopped. Maybe, who knows? But I think there will be. I think there will be media space. I think there will be, surely.
I think that's probably like the most critical part, right?
Yeah. Very, very critical.
Do you reckon maybe they'll do 8 fight cards, Warren?
Finally.
Your dream.
So they've committed to 7 shows before the end of the year. Obviously, I don't know. COVID could still throw like spanners in those works. I don't know what happens.
Well, I think it all depends on like how the country deals with winter, right?
Yeah.
Because that's when the spikes start happening, is in the winter period.
So yeah, super, super interesting times. But it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be good to have local MMA back.
Yeah, big time.
And a lot happening on the international front. Jeepers, this morning was like just a chaos. Khabib retires.
Goodness.
Yeah, Oliveira versus Chandler for the title.
Quick fire, who wins that fight?
Oliveira.
Oliveira wins that fight.
I think Oliveira.
But I also said that.
Okay, so this one
the
is
last.
I'm also
my heart says Oliveira, and I want him to submit him with the most epic submission in history. But like my head says that Chandler beats Oliveira, but then Chandler won't get through a likes of like a Dustin Poirier.
No. It's a great fight. What I was going to say is like I'm also like I'm super hesitant to bet against Michael Chandler.
And I'm always super hesitant to bet on Oliveira. Because like, I mean, sometimes you get these weird things happening with Oliveira and you're like, what the fuck just happened, dude?
Lost his damn mind.
And
Then we also had Corey Sandhagen, TJ Dillashaw. That'll get you hot
awesome.
and bothered raucous.
That's number 1 contender fight, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
then
Cody Nola versus
Rob Font. First team all violence, dude. That's going to be a crazy fight.
So
Rob
wait,
Font's tough because, you know, like Cody hits hard, but Rob is way more of a technical, like kickboxer or Muay Thai fighter.
I always worry about Cody's chin, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
So, but what is this second fight for?
For fun.
That's
Number 1
contender.
Pay-per-view buys.
Oh, you can do the same night. There'll be nice drama backstage then, hey? Very nice drama
Well, I think
backstage.
that-
Make
they're
sure you
fine
put
now,
TJ and
dudes.
Cody in the same change room.
They're chilled now, bro. They've ironed a lot of it out.
You think so? Cody was talking shit about him like a month ago.
No, they're fine. I saw them on Instagram being mates.
Is it?
Good to see them. I'm joking. But I don't think it's as bad as it was. But
I thought
again,
this was Cody.
Oh, I also thought that was Cody, dude. I was like, holy.
I think that's his brother, though.
The middleweight number 1 contender.
Jeez, like it.
Pretty sure that's his brother.
Sure.
If Cody got jacked up like that, yes, he'd be wrecking oaks.
And failing the sniff test, my man.
Yeah.
And not
Beat
making
down.
bantamweight.
Failing that sniff test.
He went on a serious protocol in lockdown.
Please don't put videos of him washing his baby on there.
This guy's Instagram.
And then what's coming up this
Check
next
it
card?
this.
Big it's
JP's fighting old Bruno Silva.
Yeah, that would have already happened by the time we watch this.
Oh, yeah. True story.
So do we say like
Great victory by both JP and Giants. We can see into the future. But it's the pay-per-view
What do you think?
this week. It's Francis versus Stipe.
Oh, yeah.
The
It's a good card, eh? It's a really good card.
Only we could see it would be great.
That is a really good card.
oh, the next one?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Volkanovski Ortega. That's like No one's talking about that, but that gets
Yeah.
me way more excited
Yeah,
than
dude.
Stipe versus Ngannou.
Bro, even Tyron Woodley versus Luque. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you think this is Tyron Woodley's
Dude.
last chance?
you know, I for a long time I thought, okay, maybe the UFC and Tyron Woodley have like kind of figured it out. Maybe it's not as bad as it used to until I saw this matchup. Because Vicente Luque is a fucking
Yeah, he's on a bit of a tear at the
murderer,
moment, dude.
He's a murderer, bro. They're like, cool, like you're on the doorstep of retiring, Tyron. Maybe we can just help you.
Let's get you over the line there.
Vicente Luque is
Dude.
dangerous at the moment, dude. Shit.
And he's
Improved so much since the Ultimate Fighter as well.
he is
like-
a monster, dude. He's an absolute monster. But he's gonna forever be that guy who just can't put it all together.
Stephen
for
Thompson.
like a title run.
Yeah. Well, he was almost there. He was Stephen Thompson was the guy standing in the way,
derailed him,
right?
dude.
I mean, you're running like a 6-fight win streak, and then Stephen Thompson decisions you. Like it's a tough
Split
one to
decision,
fight.
dude.
Split decision. No, he beat Mike Perry by split
Mark
decision.
Perry, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, see, that CBD gummy is really hurting you, hey?
Why look at me like that, boy? It's not my
You sure you didn't eat one of Tanner's brownies before you came here?
No.
long-lasting effects, boy. Slow release cannabis gummy.
I saw this advert on Instagram this morning about like Lindt chocolate infused with magic mushrooms.
Oh
I
Jesus!
was like, message that
This
lady.
is on your ads on. Is this your ads on Instagram?
Instagram
What have you been
ads
googling, my man? What have you been googling,
Message
my
that
man?
lady quickly, bro.
Is you dying to watch this video, eh, boy?
I'm trying to get off of this
Oh,
entire.
please. What have we done? To
Okay, so what else on that card? Vicente Luque versus...
So, well, the biggest fight on the card is obviously Miocic versus Francis Ngannou too. Off the top of your head, who wins, bro?
I think Stipe wins again.
This is a complicated fight for me, dude. I don't. Yes, I don't think it's a great fight for Francis. And like, if Stipe beats him again, where does that leave him?
Well, then Francis is out of contention until a new title holder comes in.
And then you know what happens? John Jones versus Stipe,
Yeah.
Francis versus Derek Lewis, the rematch. Which I'm not mad at either.
Well, if it goes the same way the first way one
No,
went,
no.
then I am pretty mad at that
I'll
one, dude.
quit MMA. I will quit.
You can,
I'm looking forward to seeing
Thomas Almeida.
Almeida versus O'Malley.
O'Malley.
I think Almeida dishes out a harding.
Dude, again, Thomas Almeida is a killer, dude. I remember
dude.
watching Thomas Almeida all the way to the Garbrandt fight.
Well, that was his turning point, right?
Bro, yeah, and I was like, and because I was a big Cody fan, and I was like so
Cody-
cross when they announced that fight. I was like, this is a terrible fight for Cody. Like, why would they do this to him? You know what I mean?
And Cody did the old career U-turn.
Yeah. That's the thing with Cody, right? Like,
Dude,
you can dominate that fight, but up until the very last second of the third round, he's still got knockout power in him, dude.
but you know what's funny about, and this is what I love about the UFC, bro. So you had Sean O'Malley, everyone was billing as this huge star, and I mean, I think he still is a big star. He's obviously lost a lot of credibility, but they're like, okay, we've got to test him, give him Chito Vieira. You're like, that's a tough one. Loses, goes on this whole like shit talking spree. They're like, okay, cool, let's test him
Was
against
he the
Thomas
one
So
who
Almeida.
let's give you like a good striker with
Yeah.
good grappling.
Yeah.
He
There's no-
outstrikes you. Okay, let's give you a fucking good striker now, and let's see what happens.
You know what I'm saying? Like Thomas Almeida's Muay Thai is,
Yeah, dude.
it's
They're like
insane,
some
dude.
big trouble, dude.
It's insane. You know what I mean? So you're like, you showed this like terrible weakness. And the UFC is not. They're like, yeah, cool. You part of being a big star, yeah, is winning.
Yeah.
Like you can't just talk.
Yeah.
Like you've got to win, and you've got to win big. So that's what they're doing. They're like, well, cool. We could have like babied him and made him a star, but part of being a star here involves some serious winning.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you almost feel like him and Cody have a similar situation about them, right? Like they both came into the UFC with like a chip on their shoulder, like no one believes
Yeah,
in
yeah,
them. That he had to prove everyone wrong. Then like they kind of prove everyone wrong, and then it's like they get so preoccupied with all these other things that come into their lives that like maybe they haven't focused hard enough on what got into the dance, you know? So yeah, I don't know. I think that's where Amalia is doing all this like fucking advertising for weed and podcasts and you name it, you don't see as much of him training anymore.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it's also like the way he handled the loss. You know what I mean?
Delusional, dude.
Like and how is your team not telling you, bro? How is this?
Yeah, but I think
Tim Walsh, who's supposed to be your coach.
I think
and
Tim
best
Walsh
mate,
is just riding that bandwagon at this stage, dude.
and you're just like, how is someone saying like, listen, please stop saying that immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Please stop calling yourself undefeated. Like, it's no good. It's absolutely. But O'Malley was training somewhere else the other day. Hey?
Is it?
Yeah, I saw a picture of him.
Doesn't he train with Tinquinho?
Finally March 6th. We're waiting for this. We got 3 title fights out. Got 3 buddies. Cook, bro, I'm trying to shoot a video, man. We got 3 of my buddies fighting on.
He definitely should not be acting.
Tyler Phillips, Mark Batista. You don't put money on them. Link in bio. MyBook.ag. Promo code Sugar. One of the fights I'm most excited about is Peter Young versus Aljamain Sterling. Peter's really good. Keeping high guard, throwing 1-2s down the pipe. He's gonna be looking to easily bang down the. He's really gonna switch his stances.
Bob, have you seen how many of these videos you see from fighters now?
Yeah, with all the
Like
betting and
MyBookie and DraftKings. It's crazy.
It's like the second wave. Like the first wave was CBD. Second wave was booking.
Yeah,
Bookies.
MyBookie. Wasn't
Yes,
it?
they got into some serious trouble when they did that interview with that Kevin Casey, yeah? Because Kevin
Yeah.
Casey was talking about Megan Anderson.
Yeah. But isn't that MMA Lab? Is that not where he is?
Yeah, he is. He's always been in MMA lab
Yeah.
with Jason Crouch or whatever. But he always like stuck with Tim Welsh as
His head coach.
yeah. And then Tinquinho does
Maybe
his
it's,
jiu-jitsu.
maybe it's time to start thinking about that.
What?
His head coach.
Yeah, but Tim Welsh being his head coach. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know, dude. It's
He had a
always-
good camp though. I mean, MMA Lab's a great team, dude. They like produce shitloads of good fighters, dude. I just don't know what the situation is, dude.
All right, back to the card, please, boy. So who you think Almeida's going to spark him?
Yeah, I think Almeida's going to TKO Cody. I think Vicente Luque grinds out a split decision over Tyron.
Ooh, I think Vicente stops him.
Go up a little bit. Go up, yeah.
Volkanovski, Ortega 2.0.
I think Volkanovski decisions Ortega.
You reckon?
And I think Miocic also decisions Ngannou. I don't think we're going to... I mean, it could go completely the opposite
I'm
way.
gonna go-
You could see Ngannou with a KO, Ortega with a submission,
Yeah, that's
Tyron
exactly-
Woodley with a KO,
That's
or
exactly how I'm going to call it.
Almeida with a KO.
I'm going to go Francis by KO and Ortega by submission. Late submission, dude. Like fourth.
And I'm
fifth
going the
round.
opposite. Miocic decision, Volkanovski decision.
Vicente Luque by absolute obliteration.
I'm going to go Woodley decision. I think we're going to agree on the next one, though.
Yeah, Almeida. Yeah, dude.
TKO. I reckon like second round
I
TKO.
think Sean O'Malley KO first round.
And
Sean O'Malley KO first round. Wow, that is bold. There's like definitely 8 edits.
it's the first thing he said in ages. But I reckon Thomas Almeida is going to cause some problems, and there's going to be memes. O'Malley's going to be knocked out to the point where there's memes.
Yeah, always, dude. Hey, fast rise, fast fall, dude.
I don't know. What do we know? But it's a
Okay,
good
wait.
card.
Let's see what else is on there. Go up. What's that Malarkey guy? So you got Jamie Malarkey versus Karma Worthy. I think Karma Worthy takes that one.
He's a beast, dude.
Alonzo Minifield is fucking dangerous, dude.
These are like how bodied up these dudes are.
Yeah. Jessica Pena just got her suspension cut in half.
Yeah.
They took it from 4 years to 20 months. But that Hannah Goldie's also like,
She's it's her debut, hey? UFC
no.
debut, isn't it?
She's won. I think she's 1-1 in the UFC, if I'm not mistaken.
But she's recently signed, isn't she?
Yeah. I think she came.
She's also a beast, dude.
She's like jacked up though. Hey? Like
yeah, she's jacked.
she's thick. Yeah. So she won 1 in the Contender Series and then lost her official debut. But I think Jessica Pena would take that one. I think her jiu-jitsu is going to be too much. Back to the card. Then we've got
Jared Gordon.
Abubakar Nurmagomedov, but he's not. He's like not. Is he the cousin of Khabib?
Yeah, I think it's his cousin.
Yeah.
It's the bigger dude.
Yeah. So you'd probably get a.
There's a lot of them.
It's actually a very busy card, eh?
There's, Gene
Jeez, like it.
Moran, the Maverick,
Oh, Azatar gets his return.
Shane Young as well.
Azatar gets his return. I'm so
That's
surprised
his,
how.
That's his brother, though, eh?
Is
That's
it?
Abu, bro. It's not. What's Otman? That's Abu Azatar.
Oh shit!
It's basically the same dude, just a bigger version.
Yeah.
They look exactly the same.
I'm so surprised that everyone's just fobbed off that whole like
Yeah,
scenario.
it's not such a big deal.
Oh no, it was potatoes. the guy fucking scaled the side of a hotel to bring you potatoes. I'm sure, dude. I'm sure.
Eh?
That's how powerful you know you are with
broke into a hotel, broke into a COVID restricted area for potatoes.
for potatoes, dude. For potatoes. That's how connected these oaks are. That like the UFC is just like, okay, fuck guys, we're gonna have to
Like, yeah,
It
look,
was
sweep this one under the
potatoes.
carpet.
And when you ask about it, like, I don't remember that story. What do you mean? Broke into her. What? Nah, man, you're dreaming, man.
Exactly, my man.
You're dreaming. That never happened.
This oak's like
Potatoes.
hanging with heads of state in Morocco, and you think a little break into a hotel is gonna derail them.
I also honestly believe that that Morocco would be a point of interest to the UFC, like we've said before. So, like,
Take this
cool.
one on the chin.
You guys, yeah. Hi, Mr. President Morocco. Oh, you wouldn't want us to come there? Okay. But I don't think the UFC also cares. They'll be like, cool, well, we'll just ship on to the next place. But I don't know. It's
Very interesting, hey?
very interesting. But maybe it was potatoes, bro. We weren't there, so we'll never know. Maybe it was just very special potatoes to.
Is that
Or
that's
post-weight
in
cut, bro.
that's in Vegas, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, good card.
Yeah,
Lots of
definitely,
fights.
definitely a good card. I'm interested to see what sort of numbers it does. Rocks, before we close there, I always wanted to check the last pay-per-view numbers, UFC 259, what the pay-per-views did. Interesting.
That was a weird style bender that pitched up for that fight, so
What's strange?
800K.
800.
That's not bad, dude.
But again,
It's not Conor McGregor, but
Izzy, who's supposed to be your biggest attraction in the sport, just about.
yeah, but
Him and
remember,
Jorge.
I think what they won a lot with on this pay per view is they started building Blachowicz' character.
Yeah.
Right, he's become a very likable person
Yeah, I love
once you
him,
get to
dude.
know him, right? And through all the videos leading up to it, and you realize he's got a little bit of a personality. His English has got way better. He's often like just trying to make a joke.
Yeah.
So I think like they took a guy that was going to do like 200,000 by himself to a guy that might do 400,000 or 500,000 now.
Sure.
But obviously sacrificed Izzy's star power a little bit to get that done.
Yeah, Izzy's a tough one because, like, I mean, the risk versus reward was like you'll always still be the middleweight champion. That's where you'll always reign supreme. But it does feel like, because I think we all got sucked into the hype of believing he was that good. You know what I mean? It's not to
I
say
think
he's
he is
not
that good. I just feel like a different Izzy pitched up for that fight. You know, like he was opening up and getting someone like, you know, like often he like baits you in so he can counter. And I felt like he was baiting Blachowicz in and he was getting some of the reads he was waiting for, but then like not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
And then Blachowicz gets like another gap to like initiate his next combination and get the takedown. And then like it was just it was like a weird situation. It didn't look like he felt comfortable being there.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to say. I also think I think it's actually something Jan said. He was like, once you're in there with someone like me and you're starting to feel the presence, like the power moving around, you're landing shots and it's not really having an effect. You know what I mean? And you're feeling this guy like breathing down. It's a very different scenario.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Jan is obviously ridiculously strong. That's one thing we've learned by now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Both in punching power and like physical strength, he's a monster. But he's gonna fight Glover next, dude. I'm all in on that fight.
Yeah, yeah. That's
I am all in on that
interesting
fight.
fight. You always forget about Glover, right? Like
Dude, and he's also been on an absolute.
he's a
tear.
bit of a bully now as well in MMA terms.
He's like 40, I think. Or
Yeah.
41 even.
People forget he used to be the light heavyweight WEC champion before WEC was part of the UFC.
Do you reckon that Glover versus Jan does big numbers?
No.
Yeah, it does nothing.
Because I think
It's
I
so
think Jan
crazy.
is the attraction there,
Yeah.
and I think you're looking at like 500,000.
I reckon they put that. You could even put that on a fight night, dude.
They probably will put on a fight
Headline on a
night.
fight night. Yeah, it won't be a pay per view, which is so sad.
Yeah, so
So sad. But yeah, badass card. It's gonna be
Awesome.
good stuff.
thanks to all the Oaks that have
First-
been supporting us lately.
Yeah.
We got a flipping bonk up here.
First
That's
person to
amazing.
ask me what time the fight card starts gets a freeze something. Gets an FU. Yeah, shout out to Good Leaf, African Head Smoke Shop. I don't even know how it says with these
African
badass. Rourke, what does this thing do? I don't quite understand. This is where you put your coffee. I don't know how it works because I just noticed this thing. Do you brew your own coffee in here?
Yeah. It's like a live brewing process, and then the side thing's a straw.
Is it for when you're driving?
As you can just tip it and then.
What is this?
But boy, if you tip it like this, I think everything's gonna come out.
No, because
is
it's
this
a dual
side?
layer. You'll see that the bottom
It's the whistle,
doesn't
boy, for
connect.
emergencies.
The cup is.
Ah,
if you
have to
watch,
block that off.
Yeah. This is the emergency accident whistle. That's what
I know,
it
but
is.
if you fill the cup, it's actually
Now,
two
if
separate parts.
African Smoke.co can organize the coffee that goes in.
Lovely. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll chat to you soon. Peace.